Hello pilots and welcome back to another Flight Academy video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and this is game 13 of season 8. This scenario this time round is your classic deathmatch. So we've gone through all the 4 scenarios, we're going back through them, and it is myself versus Benji in this matchup. So we've got the good old Empire versus some hardened bounty hunters. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Those bounty ships are pretty darn impressive with the sync laser cannons, IG-2000 and IG-88D on tow, allowing them to get those 2 shots if they miss the first time round. I'll be hoping to see what I can do to try and counteract that, but there is also a lot of health to chew through on Ben's side. 8 on IG-88B and 7 on Cad Bane, so that's going to be quite a challenging prospect. Benji's had a pretty good run so far through this series, doing very respectably for himself, looking to see if he can retain his crown that he got from season 7. I'm here just having a bit of a laugh, getting to fly the Punisher, which, let's face it, we don't see often enough. It's a great looking ship and has some serious potential there. So we'll have to see how it does against these 2 ships. And it looks like we might have small v small and medium versus medium here, just out of range of that target lock there. That is a shame. Merrick would dearly love to be able to have some double modded shots. It would be really nice to get away to link action into a target lock, but unfortunately it's not to be with the TIE Advance. Great little ship. Tough one to fly at points if you don't have the right upgrades on there. I think fire control system is a must. Auto thrusters is also a big help, but there is a lock from Redline onto IG-88B following the focus. It's going to be a speculative range 3 shot all the way down. Do have CAD, but the lock is on B there. Looks like going for barrage rockets for that range bonus. Fire control system, 2 crates, not a bad first start. Oh, gonna get one of those through as well. So that is a shield down on B from a speculative range 3 shot with the barrage rockets. I will take that. Not bad, but it's going to be sync lasers back. No range bonus because of the calculate, as long as B does not spend that calculate. And yet still obstructed, closest point. Sync laser cannons is such a cool upgrade. Obviously, when you're calculating, your opponent does not get the range 3 bonus. Gives both of these ships really solid options in attack. So no hits scored through, so going to get the chance to shoot again with 88B. That can be on primary or cannon. That is much better. Going to guarantee at least 1 through. Ooh, 2 going through on Redline. IG-88B's ability to allow them to shoot again if they miss the first time is really good. Can backfire a little bit on Ben if he's only able to get 1 through and his opponent just goes, you know what, I'll take that 1. But nicely blocked there. Still has the 2 calculators, so this could be dangerous. Oh, same result. Spend the focus. Fairly good defense there from Redline, which is all surprising. Now the question, IG has a bit of an awkward spot with that gas cloud right in front of him, so we're going to see a sloop round from him. Advanced sensors for the double calculate. Just the 2 forward, okay. Now, it's going to be interesting to see where Redline goes here. Does Redline get in close for some dirty and close fighting against the IG, or does he have enough room to get past and possibly come in and bully CAD? Two forwards apiece from both. Difficult to tell if Bullseye is on. I think we might actually have Bullseye just on there. They look pretty parallel. Gonna have to see with the rulers out in a minute, but Merrick is taking that focus, hoping to probably get a procket off. Little one forward from Redline. And boosting round. Doesn't have a shot on Cad Bane, but also will not be being shot by IG. So that puts IG out of the fight for this turn. But more importantly, Redline, oh, that's an unfortunate knock there. More importantly, Redline has managed to get a lock on both ships now. So he is free to shoot modded wherever he wants now. But it is prockets from Merrick Steel. They're not great prockets, but we've got marksmanship, so that is going to be a hit and 2 crits. Spending the focus. So just the 1 shield down, but no mods for Cad Bane, which is more important. Cad Bane obviously does have the dead to right, so I can't spend green tokens on defense. But I don't have green tokens anymore, so it is absolutely fine. Ooh, just the 1 evaded there. So that is all right. Not bad there. Taking a shield off CAD and not taking any damage back. I will take that. Redline in a fairly decent position to come round, but he's going to drop a seismic using Skill Bombardier to get that at range 2. Yes, that is not a seismic charge token. Couldn't find my seismic charge tokens whilst I was trying to get everything sorted, but it is a device token. It's the right shape, and clearly said to my opponent, it's a seismic charge, so we're all good there. But there is the advanced sensors into the sloop, yes. So in case he does have range, he's taking those calculates early to get those advanced sensors. Such a good upgrade. Expensive upgrade if I remember rightly, but it is a good upgrade. Let's have a quick look and see how many points advanced sensors is, and just marking up Merrick for the probably quite anticipated K-turn from CAD. Advanced sensors is 8 points, but I think, you know what, that's 8 points that are well worth it when it can give you 2 calculates before you sloop. And that was contraband cybernetics also flipped on CAD, allowing him to get that focus. K-turn from Redline. And K-turn from Merrick Steel. Probably not going to be a lot of shooting this turn. Maybe CAD and Merrick have each other in range, but it's going to be close. So seismic charge is going off. Damage onto B, getting rid of that cloud. The only real option there. Couldn't quite tag both of them, which would have been nice, but we do have shots from Merrick and CAD into each other, so range 3 with no lock. It's disappointing to say the least. The lock is so important on the TIE Advance. And CAD hit crit. Oh, he was spending the focus, so that's fine. So there's 2 shields down onto Merrick. If he'd have left it as 1 to save that focus, I would have just been like, you know what, that's fine. I'll take 1. That way I'm not getting a potentially more damaging shot. But shields are now down on Merrick still, and half points are active in this scenario being Deathmatch. So Merrick is 1 away from half points. So looking at the health on the ships, this has kind of turned a little bit into Ben's favour. Shields down on Merrick, 1 away from half, so that's an easy 2 points there. And only 3 shields taken overall on Ben's side, but in a fairly good position to come in at CAD there. Nice, not too forward, clearing the stress, taking the focus, knowing that it's probably going to be an in-close attack, so not looking at the calculates. And Merrick still reading that, coming back in. They've pretty much mirrored each other this game so far, but that is the lock onto CAD. And it looks like all fire is going to be directed at that rogue class. Rockets are gone, but CAD is locked by both Merrick and Redline, so Merrick is going to have a 4 dice attack here. Looks like marksmanship is live as well as the fire control system, or the advanced timing computer, so going to spend that, so that is going to be hit double crit again into Cad Bane. Oh, and that's a really unfortunate blank out, so that's shields and 2 crits. Merrick Steele is going to say, can you please kindly draw 3 crits? And I'm going to pick one, so hoping for either direct hit, hull breach or fuel leak here. And that was a fuel leak, so he will draw another 3, but also take a damage after suffering a crit. So if we can get a direct hit here, we could potentially have CAD down. And the next one is a console fire. Best of a bad bunch, but does take another damage. So that is Cad Bane down to 2. That's half points for me there. Now, can Redline finish CAD off here? So looks like another barrage rocket coming in. So 3 dice with the focus and the lock fire control system. Bit of confusion as to which lock was spent there, but they were both, he was locked by both. That is 3. This could do it. That does do it. That is Cad Bane down. That is big. That is very, very big there. Cad Bane is such a solid ship as well, especially with his ability to spend 2 charges to pass off red tokens. That can be very frustrating, but now it is 2v1. That one is an aggressor, but 2v1 is going to be looking all right for me. Gonna need to do some good positioning here. Okay, so using marksmanship, so that is going into Redline, so that is hit crit into Redline. And the crit is a direct hit, which is going to half point Redline. Oh, that's, the score has jumped up 4-3. And with it being Deathmatch, it is first to 10 points. So taking out both your opponent's ships is the way to score those maximum points in this one. And both of mine are half pointed, but the Empire is tenacious, the Empire is powerful, and it will do what it can. Interesting just going straight there with IG, probably assuming that it couldn't get past the obstacle or that Redline was going to turn in, but a free round of shooting for me here. Redline has options. He's got ion torpedo, he's got his regular attack, so looks like we're going to go for the long range attack from Merrick first, which I think is range 3. Nothing to write home about. That is unfortunate. It would have been nice to strip away some of those calculates. So Redline is going to ion torp, see if he can disrupt IG. Oh, that's a really good roll on the ion torp. So that's 4 hits. So he spends a calculate, that's a hit and an ion, but it's a medium base, so it does need 2, so he avoids being ionized there. That could have been really unfortunate for Ben if IG was ionized. But that is just when he needed to get a lot of hits through, so IG has an advantage here now. Whilst he goes first, he can then put himself into a decent position to block. And now it's a case of who goes in what order. So Redline not going to clear through. So going to bump. Does Redline take the red focus? No. Now, possibly did this in the wrong order, but I'm not entirely sure if Merrick would have cleared either way. Does take a damage for his trouble, but yeah, don't know if Merrick would have cleared either way, but this actually allowed Merrick to get a bit closer in, so Merrick is now half pointed, which puts Ben at 5 points. He has the advantage, but I get 2 bites of this to try and do some serious damage. Marksmanship, it's going to be 2 crits from Merrick. Forcing the spend of a calculate. Not bad. Unmodified range 0 shot from Redline. Nothing. Would have liked to have got rid of that other calculate. This is advantage now to Ben. Merrick is hurting with no modifications. And that's a crit there. Merrick Steel is once again down. That is hit, crit. Merrick Steel goes down. Advantage solely in Ben's side here now. He has 7 points and a far more maneuverable ship than I've got, but I still have seismic charges. So IG looking to sloop over the top. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Advanced sensors, again, such a solid upgrade. Having mods before you do a red maneuver without having to have contraband cybernetics is really solid. So seismic charge goes off, taking the one at the back, another damage onto IG, which brings us both to half points now. 4 hull each, 1 minute to go, and now it's a shootout. Looks like another ion torpedo from Redline. Oh, it's a great ion torpedo. This could ionize. Saving his calculator, doesn't need to spend it. It gets more ions for that, but it's still only 1 damage. But Redline, IG, we know exactly he's going to be doing a 1 forward next turn. Oh, that is big though. Hit crit into Redline. Double crit into Redline. This could be Redline down. It is a loose stabilizer and a stunned pilot. So Redline is still up on 2 and looks like dials have gone down. We get 1 more go at this. IG just doing the 1 forward. That's all he can do. Ion is really unfortunate for droids. Does break that lock that Redline has. But focus and look for that lock token. So lock gone, lock back for Redline. So double modded shot. No defense mods for B. This is spending the focus for 3. Gets 2 through. IG still lives. And IG has marksmanship. This could be big. 2 hits or 3 hits and Redline is down. It's a whiff. No mods, cannot change. It is going down to a road off for victory. It's a horrible way to do it, but I get it with the 2 hits and the eyeball. What a game. That was so close the whole way through. To come down to both medium base ships on half and a blank out to finish the game. Another turn, and I think that would have been very different. Probably would have seen a sloop and a K turn. I don't know who would have been able to take it. It would have been too hard to tell, but a great game there with Benji. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Obviously don't like it going down to a road off for victory, but that does happen. Again, we're trying to get as many games in as quickly as possible, so we don't always have time for the old extra time anymore. So all in all, a great game there with Benji, fantastically flown with the IG and CAD, and yeah, that was a really good one. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. As I said, we've got plenty more videos left to come, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.